Thank you everyone for joining us today for this Reactor session. Before we get started, I just have a few quick things to go over. Please feel free to ask questions using the live chat. You should see two text boxes with a question mark over the top. That is the live event Q&A. In this chat, I will also be sharing some links to the Reactor meetup pages and monthly newsletter if you're interested in checking out what other sessions we have. Today's session is being recorded, and I will share a link to our Reactor YouTube page where you can find today's session as well as other past sessions. And finally, I will be sharing a link to our Reactor survey. If you have a few minutes, we greatly appreciate your feedback. I am now going to hand it over to Daniel to get started. Thank you again for joining us.
Hey, well, welcome everyone to our Reactor special on mixed reality. So thank you all for joining. And thank you, Dion, for introducing me. Just a little bit more about me. I'm a Microsoft MVP and a MCT, so I'm a big proponent of sharing this knowledge as well as teaching it. As you can see, my slide deck has all the icons over there, and I kind of do that for a reason, because that's just the beauty of the Power Platform. I just don't silo myself just the Power Apps or the Power Virtual Agent. I make sure that there's a full holistic approach of the entire Power Platform family, because that's basically just the way it works. All right, in addition, there's my Twitter handle, which is dchristian19. You can follow me on social media because I post all my announcements over there. I also have a very active YouTube channel. So if you go ahead and take a look at the link and you follow me over there, I pretty much post like almost at least one video a week, but sometimes 2 videos a week. And I always recommend that you go subscribe and click on the bell notification because it's a win-win situation over there. Well, one of the important things that I want to talk about today is my fun part of the Power Platform mixed reality. And I really like the fact that the mixed reality was actually introduced about a year ago now. And it was introduced of all the days on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. And I really got into this whole idea of the Power Platform mixed reality, but I took a step back first. I actually looked at it from the 3D viewer over there. If you actually go into the actions and if you click on the 3D view over there, you would see the 3D view model. And that's what I have in this example over here is that I've got the mixed reality mode. And if you can see that view in 3D, that's just the control over there. And that's how I really got started. And many a times when I'm speaking on this topic, I always start with the 3D concept first because it's the right step towards the mixed reality. Because what I've done in this example is that I've actually shown a chair, and you can, in this chair, with that control, you can actually go in and you can take a look at the chair. I can, swipe it up, swipe it down, left and right, and actually get the full 3D effect of it. But then once I got comfortable with that, I was able to go ahead and take that into the mixed reality mode, and that's where the next slide comes in. And I'm actually going to show you a video of this demo over here. And that's the thing, right? Because on the left side, you see that there was, again, the same 3D model. And this is of an HVAC system. But on the HVAC system, you've got some dimensions over here. You've got that this is the height, the width, and the depth over there. So you don't have to pull out a measuring tape from your wallet or anything like that from your back pocket to measure it, because Power Apps has that built-in feature for measuring as well. And in that measuring, you're able to go ahead and actually see that, say, these are the dimensions that I need. Are those dimensions available for me in this location over here? And that's how I'm able to use that, again, all inside Power Platforms, Power Apps, Canvas apps over here. But then after I've already leveraged the 3D view, I've already leveraged the 3D, the measuring, I can literally go ahead and use that 3D image over here, and it really, really works. So what I do want to talk about over here in a second is that when you start getting used to it, and I'm not going to steal Angie's thunder, she's going to actually do a fantastic job doing a quick demo for us. But what I wanted to show you right now is that when I want to learn this, where do I get these 3D models? Usually you'll hear us talk about this term called GLB, these files, which are the 3D files over there for mixed reality. Like, Daniel, where do I even get started? Where do I even go and get these, GLB files? Do I go ahead and bring the heck out of it to find them? And hopefully I don't have to pay anything for that. And my answer to that is no, you don't have to do any of that. If you are a Windows 10 user, then simply go on your, and I'll go ahead and minimize this, go down on your search over here and just start typing in for 3D. And you already have in your Windows 10 3D Builder. It's an app that comes with Windows 10. So you go and click on Windows 10, the 3D Builder, and voila, you've got this nice functionality that shows up over here. Now you can go ahead and click on the new screen, and in the new screen, you can click on insert. And in the insert, you've got the options to add custom, cube, cylinder. What I do is I just come over here and click on add, and then gives you a library type of look and feel. And there's quite a few library categories available over here. So one of the things I would go look at is let's go see the miniatures and the figurines. So I click on that, and I've got a bunch of options over here. I can even go ahead and do some search, but let's go and see if I can go ahead and get like in a doghouse, right? And now I've got over here, I can actually go that gets a full effect of the doghouse. I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can start adding some colors, and so on and so forth. But the key thing is now you come back to the hamburger menu, you do save as, and in the save as, you get the option to go ahead and add this GLB file. And in that GLB file is where you're able to take it and put it in any of the locations that you want. Now, a couple of places that I've already tried testing it with is I've put it on my OneDrive, I put it on a SharePoint library, and I've also put it on GitHub. And that all of them work really well. You can go ahead and get the URLs. The URLs nicely work, and they just have that nice effect on that. So again, you don't have to go working and hunting to find those files because they're already there on your Windows 10 operating system over here. And just keep in mind that right now the GLB files seem to be the more favorable one for the Power App standpoint. But there's more and more improvements coming over there. I've also noticed improvements from a performance standpoint. Before, these GLB files, which are all said and done 3D mixed reality files, they can get pretty big. I've seen files that can be 100 meg, sometimes 150 meg. They get pretty big, and the rendering of them, if you want a good quality for the image to get rendered in Power Apps, there was issues with load time initially. Well, now that problem has gone away because the images are coming in much faster and the rendering is happening much faster. Obviously, you are still tied to, if you're using a phone and you're in a 3G internet coverage location, well, that's not the Power App's fault. That's not even your phone's fault. It is the internet's fault over there. So those hiccups will still remain, but all in all, performance has still been fantastic, and you've got ways to go ahead and improve that based on the storage locations. So what I want to do is actually I want to show you an example. So in the image over here, I'd shown you, my slide deck, I'd shown you pictures of the section where you had the 3D model, you were able to measure it, and then you were able to use mixed reality. I want to show you a video on that. So this was actually a working copy of a proof of concept app that we have. And in the app, it's basically an HVAC company, which is going ahead and taking Power Apps to the next level, where instead of just having a big catalog to show to the customers, or either they go to the customer's location or the customers have come to them. Either way, they're done with using catalogs, like a big book which has pictures and you keep flipping the screen back and forth. They've gone ahead and leveraged Power Apps. So in here, this is basically it. They've got their inventory, and in the inventory, it's a pretty simple Power App over here. You can go ahead and search for any of the specific items that you want. And as you can see, some of them, they even had the icon over there, like the one on the top. Hey, there's a 3D one over there. So in this HVAC, they have a 2D picture, and if you can use the toggle switch over here, if you toggle it, it shows the 3D. So this is that 3D one that I talked about. You know how I started playing with it? I got comfortable with the 3D functionality because it is able to go ahead and show me the 3D image, and it worked really well over there. But in addition to 3D now, you can use this functionality. Now you can see that we are actually at the customer's location. And in the customer's location, that image which they just saw in the 3D view, they are seeing it in the mixed reality view over here, which is pretty awesome. I mean, the fact that it is awesome, it is so important, and it makes things so much easier because now you get a first view of how this thing looks like in that location over there. In addition, remember, if you wanted to go ahead and do some measurements and actually getting familiar with it, use that measuring functionality which was there. Because if you were not sure, the image looks good, but I just need to verify, can I actually get the correct measurements? Well, use the measuring functionality, and that's what it is. We've got the 3D viewing over there, and now we know that, hey, the dimensions which were in the app of that HVAC system, those dimensions do match over here, which means I can go ahead and confirm that that device is actually going to work. Here's, again, a picture of that device over here, the HVAC system. Let me go and grab it. I'll go ahead and see, okay, this is what it looks like over here. Let me use that 3D functionality. And in the next section, you will see that I'm going to actually place it in that same location because I've measured it. I know it works. Let me place it. And now I can get it from a first appearance standpoint. I can see what it's going to look like, not in a book catalog. I can actually see from a 3D perspective in the location which I've already measured, and it works. It works really well. And I always like to show this one example because yes, it is fun. I mean, definitely it's fun to play with, the mixed reality piece and the Power Apps piece over there. But there really are real world examples to go ahead and play with this functionality and really get into stuff like that. So now that I've actually shown you this example over there, I'm pretty sure I've kind of, got your attention over here. What I want to do is I'm going to actually hand this over to one of my favorites, and that is Angie. Now I want to introduce her. In fact, that's one of the best things I get to do over there is I get to introduce Angie to you, because one of the things is, hey, she also comes from a SharePoint background, which is where my career started. So she's an application analyst over here. But one of my favorite things about Angie is that she is a humans of IT ambassador, and that's important, right? Because at the end of the day, we are, even though we love working with technology, we love working with, machine learning and stuff like that. We ourselves are not machines, we are humans. So I like the fact that she's such a big community ambassador with the hashtag humans of IT over there. And one of the things that really touches me is that she's so good when it comes to mentoring, and she shares, her own stories to see where her career has taken. And those really help, educate and encourage other people. Angie's hobbies includes reading books, and she watches a whole bunch of anime and really gets excited. Like, I've seen her tweet about stuff like that too. It's really interesting. Definitely follow her on Twitter. But I'm going to kind of reframe myself because I could talk about Angie for hours. Angie, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Thanks, Daniel. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Daniel, for the great demo. What I love about building Power Platform application is that no matter what background you have, even if you don't have coding skills, they could easily or quickly make an application and turn their business problem into a solutions. So by learning the PowerFX, a low-code programming language that we use in Power Platform, which is based on Microsoft Excel using the formulas and functions, we could easily or quickly build the applications. And in mixed reality, in Power Apps, there are 4 components that are currently available. So what we have here is that these are view and 3D objects, 2D objects, view and MR, measure and MR, and view shapes and MR. What are the difference between these components? So view in MR, 2D and 3D objects can view 3D content and images in mixed reality. View shape, it helps you view shapes by using its width, height, depth properties in mixed reality. Measure in MR is it will take a measurement in the real world, and view in 3D is viewing a 3D content in your application. So before we start in building our simple app with the mixed reality, what we need to do is first, because it's still in preview, so we recommend you do not use yet in your production until it will reach in general availability. So what we need to do is first we need to enable the mixed reality features in each of our Canvas app, and then you should have a mixed reality capable device, AR capable devices. AR core capable devices, and then the supported file type currently is .glb file, and then your data source of where your .glb file is located should have a course compliant URLs. So it means it has a cross-origin resource sharing, so means the location or the data source of your objects communicates without restriction with your make.powerapps.com. So currently, so you can use a course compliant URL like Daniel mentioned, like GitHub, SharePoint list, Excel, or Microsoft Dataverse. So now let's jump into our demo and building a simple application in our mixed reality. So first, this is our simple app. So I have here as a blank Canvas app. What we need to do is we need to enable our mixed reality features in each of our Canvas app. So to enable that, you need to go here in your file, advanced settings, and then under preview features, you should see the mixed reality. Unfortunately, this tenant, I don't have that feature, so I'm gonna switch in my other tenant. Let's have here. So you will have here under advanced settings, preview features, and then you need to enable. Oh, I didn't see it as well. Okay. But it's still, but you can also see the component already. If you go here in insert, you can see the mixed reality here in the insert category, as well as here in the left navigation under insert and then mixed reality. So you will see you have 3 components. So where is the view in 3D? The view in 3D is under the media, and then you will see here the view in 3D component. This is here. So same here in the media, view in 3D. Okay, so what we need to do is for our case will be like we're going to take a measurement from our living room, and then in our living room we are going to change a shelf, and then by taking the measurement we will filter out the available furnitures that could fit in our empty living room. And then our data source currently is stored here in SharePoint. So I have here a SharePoint list. So all the furniture list here is here. And then each item has an attachment, which is the attachment has a .glb file, as you can see here, .glb file. So we're going to use it later if we're going to add it in our Power Apps. So here, if I switch here in my demo, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure, I'm going to use the measure and MR because I'm going to take a measurement from in my living room. So if I go here, mixed reality, measure and MR, and then the measure and MR has its properties. So you could use measure and display type. You can use the icon plus text or text. So what it does is it will just change the view of your button. So you have icon plus text and text. So let's say I'm going to use icon plus text, and then I'm going to change the text to take a measurement. And then you will have, okay, let's, so just tell for now my UI. So I'll just only a simple demo. And then I'm going to use the unit of measurement. So you have an option like centimeters, feet, inches, and meters. So I'll have here centimeters. And then the measurement type. So you could have area and volume, distance and volume. But for this demo, I'm going to use the distance. And then in the advanced properties, on mixed reality select, in on change, because if I'm going to take a measurement using this component, I'm going to get the value of the measurement that I get. So what I need to do is I'm going to set a variable. So let's say I'm going to use the width, centimeter, and then the value would be value first, measure and MR, and then measurement, and then that length. Then I'm going to, okay. Wait. Okay, set value first, measurement dot. Okay. Let me try that one. Sorry. My cheat code. Okay, now. So by using this variable, what I'm going to do with these variables is I'm going to filter this and use this variable to filter the furniture list that I have in SharePoint. So first I'm going to insert a gallery here. And in this gallery, I'm going to, gallery, I'm sorry. So I'm going to use the data source that I have, which is SharePoint list. So my connectors is SharePoint. And then the URL that I have here is this one. This one. And then I'm going to use the furniture list, and then I'm going to connect that one. And then what I need to do here is I'm going to display, let's say I'm going to use the description so that it will be easy for the customer to view what is the description of this shelf. And then, wait, let me fix that one, shelf to plain. And then I'm going to add label. I'm going to use the, wait, let me resize this one, that one, and then the shelf here. And then I'm going to use this one as, wait, sorry. Okay, I'm going to use this one as a, okay, let me, so the text would be this, that item. I'm going to get the width, and then I'm going to get the height of this furniture. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, wait. Oops. Sorry, that one.
Look at Angie. She's such a perfectionist. My goodness.
Sorry. Wait. Okay. Oh no, it's not plus. Wait. That one is end, right? This one.
Yep.
And end. Okay. Yeah, that one. So this one is the width and the height of the furniture. And then what I'm going to do here, if I'm going to select this arrow, I'm going to switch it to another screen. So I'm gonna, wait, sorry. I'm gonna add a new screen here. Let's say a blank one. And what you need to do is, for this one, I'm going to navigate to screen. It's none. Oops. I'll just use none. So what I need to do is, if I'm going to I'll insert screen 2. No, it should be screen 2. Sorry. Okay. So it will switch to screen 2. And then what I have here is I'm going to insert the view in MR. I mean, no, I'm going to view the furniture in 3D. So I'm going to use the view in 3D here. And the source for this one is, I'm going to use the attachment which I have in each of the SharePoint list item. So the source for this one could be, so it always has this default value for the .jlp, but I'm going to change it to first gallery one that selected that attachment value. Now, so if I play this one, so you'll see your 3D objects here of the furniture. And let's say I want to place this 3D object into the mixed reality. So what I need to do is, let's say I'm going to insert another gallery. Okay, but this time I'm going to show only the information of this specific furniture. So I'm going to edit this one. So the data source could be items at the gallery one that's selected. And then, wait, let me size that one. And then the data here that I need is furniture images. And then I'm going to use the title. And then just the description. Description. Okay, that one. Okay, now, because I want this to show in the mixed reality, what I need to do is I need to insert, you should be within the gallery. So I need to insert the view in MR. So this one, oh, sorry. I said it should be in the gallery. It's a view in MR. Okay, so what it does is, if you click this view in MR, it will open a live feed camera in your phone, and then it will view the object into the mixed reality. So the properties is the same as well with the measurement in MR, but only some certain field that has not been added, especially the measurement. This one is only used, has the same display type, so you could use icon plus text. So this one I'm going to use the icon. And then the source could be the 3D object that I have. So I'm going to use again the first gallery one. Oh, sorry, gallery first. Sorry again. Gallery one that's selected. Attachment. So if I'm going to click this one, it will open the live feed camera in your phone, and it will display the 3D objects in your in the mixed reality. So let's say you don't have a 3D objects in your item, or you only have images. So you could also use the images to view it. So you could use this value as well. Let's see, gallery one that selected one, the image one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So either way, you could use 2D images or 3D images. So it depends if you have an available 3D objects or a value or images in your item. So let's say you don't have 3D objects or 2D images, or you could also use shapes. So in viewing this shapes, so you could insert the measure in MR. View shapes in MR here. So what it does is, because I'm going to view, or I'm going to take the measurement from the exact measurement of the furniture. So let's say here in my furniture list here. So I have the height, the width, and the depth. So but I don't have an images or 3D object. So I'll just use this value here to put a shape in the mixed reality. So what I need to do here, so in a place a cube, so under shape, width, height, depth properties, you can change it to, let's see here, so that it will be bigger. So I'm going to use that item, that depth. So I'm going to take the depth of this item, and then the height, which is this item, that height, and then the shape width is this item, that. So with this, you can place a cube in your mixed reality, or in a shape. You could take view a shape into the mixed reality using this one. So if I play the demo that I have here, so for the view in MR, so you will have this one. So it will open. So it will take a measurement. So let's say I'm going to change this 2 glass cases into a bookshelf, because I already have a lot of books that I need to put in my bookshelf. So I'm going to browse the available measurements that I have, and the furniture that I have that are available with the measurements that I get. And then so to view the 3D object, and then we place that object into the mixed reality using the view and MR component. And so also you can also take a screenshots from there. With this screenshots, you can use it to submit it for approval, or use it for your reference as well. The other one is view in 3D. So let's say you don't have a 3D object, so you could just play this and then view the object or the 2D object in the real world as well. And for the view shape and MR, same thing. For the view shape and MR, so let's say you don't have a 2D objects and 3D objects, so you just place a square shape in your, or rectangular shape in your mixed reality. So that's how easy it is to use the components of mixed reality in Power Apps. So with the use of your phones, we can view products and take measurements without the use of measuring type. So not only in Power Platform, also mixed reality and Dynamics 365 demonstrated how we could help our employees work together wherever they may be by improving and learning the tools to train our employees, and help customers visualize the product by using the HoloLens. So to learn more about Remote Assist, Dynamics 365 Guides, and Dynamics 365 Visualize, and other business use case, we have here Aditya Sitchinagro, an Azure Ranger at Microsoft. He is interested in culinary and loves to play games. So Aditya, take it away.
All right, thank you, Ange. Thank you, Daniel, for the introduction of the Power Apps for the mixed reality. This is so cool, and we learned a lot regarding to how we can build the mixed reality solution for the Power Apps. So we can build, everyone can build a mixed reality solution through this Power App capabilities. This is awesome, and this is going to be a real use case. Daniel has so much client to deploy this kind of a solution using the Power Apps mixed reality feature to impress and also to get experience of mixed reality of your product into the real environment. So yeah, my name is Aditya Sitchinagro. I'm currently working as a Ranger in Microsoft Indonesia. I'm specialty in cloud, artificial intelligence, and also mixed reality. I'm also part of the mixed reality community in Indonesia. It's been so much great journey along the year. It's much growing the mixed reality community around Indonesia, also for around the world. It's glad to see the growth of the mixed reality. It's so big, especially this year, especially for announcement for last Ignite regarding to mesh and everything regarding to mixed reality. And then yeah, I will talk a little more about the use case here, that what you can do with mixed reality, especially with the Power Platform that you build, or the dynamic solution, BizApps solution that already capable to use to daily activity in your industry. So we have Dynamics 365 guides, remote assets, and visualize. So from those application, from those solutions, you can do like a bunch of solution like remote assistant from your man in the field, first line worker, to getting help from the expert from the main office, something like that. So you don't have anymore to hard enough to plan for a schedule for spending more cost to travel or something like that. And so we have also guides to empower your new employee coming to your company to learn faster, more effective through the holographic solution, through the holographic manuals to guide them to work a daily activity as the role they are working. So we have also visualized to help like sales people to bring your product in the 3D. This is what the Daniel and Ange demo earlier, how we can empower ourselves to bring the product, the holographic product, to be filled to the customer directly through the view of the mixed reality experience of your product. So the customer will get your product correctly and faster. So they can imagine how your product fit into their environment. So I have a couple of video. Maybe I couldn't show real live remote assist or guides through the HoloLens because it's kind of risky of my network today. But I have some videos of our partner and me working together, delivering some of the remote assist and also guide solution for the customer, especially around my region in Indonesia. So this is so much effective, and this is we are glad to have good response, to have good feedback regarding to the remote access solution that we have deployed in this customer. This is one of the customer, of construction customer that have a plan for manufacturing of their own items or for their construction. So this is the investigation of their machine on the site. So this is on the remote side. So this is far away from the city, far away from their main office. This is one of the place in Java, in middle of Java. This is quite takes a long time to take a trip from Jakarta. So this is so much powerful use case where the expert from the main office at Jakarta can connect through the field worker at the site And the far away side, they can connect through the holographic. They can guide the people at the site, right, to do what they're supposed to do to fix up some issue or to do some what we call it assessment of what happened in the field. So remote assist is helping them to fix the issue faster and more efficiently, where the expert can share the holographic information through the Microsoft Teams. So we can check another video. This is another also implementation of remote assist. Yeah, this is what we have also in another site, different site. So I think there's another video, Daniel. Can you show the next one? Next slide. Yeah, this is another sample. This is one of our project also with Philips. Philips in Indonesia, working on the healthcare solution on one of hospital in another city. Also, the main office still in Jakarta, and this implementation is another city far away from Jakarta. So this is so helpful for the people, or especially for on that region, want to inspect some their machinery, some healthcare machine in the field, and then need to connect to the expert in the other place in the Jakarta, or maybe in the Germany, in the US, or in the other place. So we can connect together to, if you have some issue on the field, you can just connect through the remote assist, and everyone else, the expert, just using Microsoft Teams. This is so easy and faster implementation that you can do with mixed reality. So this is powerful scenario. If you don't like, maybe you just say it like video conference, but this is not just a video conference. This is where you can interact directly with the environment. You can directly interact with the machinery that experts see through the mixed reality connection to the remote assist. So the expert can draw, can put an arrow. You can see there's a holographic arrow. Then the expert can put it there, and the man at the field can see, oh, this is the part that I need to fix. This is the part that I need to focus on. So this is more faster. This is what we get from the feedback. This is more than 70 or 80% of their maintenance time is getting more faster. So this is the efficient solution that what we have to deliver the remote assistant through the mixed reality solution. So another one, this is Microsoft Guides. This is another solution that we deliver also for some of our client here. So on my project that we are working with our partner in my region also. So this is how powerful the guides itself to bring the digital training, the holographic training into the new employee of what to do. So the first day of the employee coming to the office, and then they need to learn of some their machinery, there's some activity, and then we can give them some mixture of the experience of what they do. So they will not learn it from PPT or from another classes. You make the using PDF or another thick manual book that the users need to read or need to learn. But you can directly experience the user at the first. They can experience the real experience through the holographic view of what I can do with this device. What should I do with this device? So this is effective and efficient solution for many industries around the world. As we can see, this is not only working as in the manufacturer or in the service center solution, but you can see this is also can be done in the like healthcare. What you can see, there's an event about around last month regarding to how the doctor can use remote assist, yeah, to bring together the doctor around the world to do some surgery, yeah, through the remote assist. So they can fix some issue. They can cure the patient more faster and more effective in their doing the surgery. This is already become standard in the next year, in the next few years, regarding how mixed reality can become our part daily of activity, of tools to help us to more efficiently working in our industry. So another samples like NASA, like Airbus, like Mercedes-Benz, and so many big company currently already deploying the mixed reality solution into so many of their line of business. So this is going to be a big transformation. This is what we call the fourth wave of computing. This is where we integrate the digital world and our real world environment. This is the next iteration of our environment with digital world. This is the new way of our interaction with everyone around the world. We are no longer seeing within the 2D experience, as you can see at the announcement of Microsoft Mesh last night, where we can bring anyone to the same place through the holographic view. So yeah, this is another announcement of Microsoft Mesh that Daniel, you want to take it regarding to Microsoft Mesh?
Yeah, I mean, it was just announced, so we ourselves are learning about it. But I really liked the whole concept of Microsoft Mesh, specifically when it had to do with, the whole concept of introducing people with the devices, and not take, not that the people have to go to the devices, but the devices are there with the people, and and the world is just getting a smaller place over there. That's why the last option over there, which is connect from anywhere, and then the experiencing together. Those are some of the big takeaways which I actually felt, feeling each other's presence over there. Again, the world's getting to a smaller place. The concept of experience together. So, one of the examples that Aditya showed when his technician was on site, brand new technician, it could be trying to fix something. He already had the lens with him to go ahead and firsthand get, okay, which switches do I need to plug, or how do I plug those two cables together. The whole concept of experiencing together and collaborating together is neat. And I mean, and Mesh is going to take it one step further, where you can have the concept to go ahead and do problem solving together at a global level over there. So I was pretty impressed with Mesh. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to do. I believe it'll probably come out in a few iterations, and they're going to tweak it all the way. But it's going to be pretty neat. I'm excited about that. And I just loved some of the examples that Aditya showed over there in the video over there, because the concept of like the MRI system in a hospital, fixing that is not an easy task. You've got to be 100% accurate before you put somebody into that MRI machine. And the other thing which really sits with me, Aditya, in this is that we all in our companies, we have experts, right? This is a great way where they can do that knowledge transfer to all the people that they're training. Like, they don't have to sit down and record or write documents. Just stay wherever they have to be. They can see what their other new engineers, new technicians, they can see what they're doing. And that's an easy way to do knowledge transfer. That to me is a huge example of things like that. That's something that really catches my attention. I love that demo of your field engineers going in. They don't have to be concerned that, hey man, I'm still new, I may not have everything. All they need to know is put on the HoloLens. They've got all the instructions right there. And then they can also be walked through by the actual experts over there. That just sits really well with me. I love that concept.
Yeah, I think this is cool, and also to be reminded that mixed reality also for everyone. We can start it like Ange said before. We can start it with our mobile phone through the Power Apps solution. So mixed reality is not all about the device, it's not about the HoloLens, it's not about the mobile devices, but how we can bring the experience through so much solution like the Power Platform, like remote access, Microsoft Card. So don't stop why just because it's going to be the you need some advanced tools, some advanced technology around your hand, but how we can bring that the mixed reality solution through the Power Platforms, through the BizApps in Dynamics 365 faster. So this is the solution that you can directly use. You can directly build to bring the mixed reality experience in your industry. So I think this is the powerful tools that we have in the Dynamics and Power Apps. So we can start performing the how we can activities daily, right? I mean, like Daniel and Ans, maybe you are so busy right now with the more Power Apps of mixed reality solution, right? I mean, so much people already since Ignite also talking a lot about this and how we can transform on our industry about it.
So I'm looking at the questions that are coming in. One question that Charlie asked is that in the video, I think there was additional hardware that the user had on top of the safety helmet. I don't remember the video that much. I think Charlie, he had the helmet on, he had his HoloLens. Was there anything on top? And Aditya, do you know?
Yeah, so this is the HoloLens for the Microsoft version HoloLens 2, but we have also another version that we are collaborate with the Trimble to bring the hard hat and attach with the HoloLens 2 solution. So we have like a couple of versions of HoloLens 2. First, the basic one, that this is the basic one of the HoloLens. We have the with the safety hat with the Trimble solution, and then the upcoming one we have industrial version of the HoloLens. That's another level of how we can bring the HoloLens into more a strict area, to strict environment. So yeah, I think this is the answer that you're looking at. That's also the HoloLens that attached to the helmet. Yeah. Cool.
And then it says, what is the device compatibility for mixed reality mesh? So that actually is a good question, Charlie. So I guess what he's trying to ask is, does the first iteration of HoloLens version 1, will that also work with mesh, or does it have to be only HoloLens 2? I honestly don't know the answer to that. You know, did that question make sense? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I think you were
breaking
for a moment. Yeah.
Breaking up a little bit. Okay.
Mm.
So Charlie asked the question. Yeah. I'll repeat the question.
Regarding to the mesh devices, as we can see from the videos also, that we saw them using the surface from the or phone or tablet. Yeah, we can bring like I mentioned earlier that the mixed reality is currently now everywhere. You can bring any devices to explore the mixed reality solution, and this mesh solution. This is going to be awesome when Microsoft will announce regarding to the SDK, regarding to the platform they will publish on Azure or the cloud, so everyone can build the solution, mixed reality solution using the mesh SDK, using the mesh experience. This is going to be a lot of more devices, a lot of more platform, a lot of more use case businesses that will be covered by mixed reality. So yeah, I think we just wait for a couple of next announcement. I think from Microsoft Mesh. Yeah, I can say I don't know so much. Also, I'm not in mixed reality teams, but I'm excited because I think we have Shona, but things we need to jump to another things. But yeah, just keep in touch through the mixed reality community. Join us in the tech community, Microsoft tech community. We have Daniel, we have Ange, we have another expert, we have partners, we have so much community members there to talk about the mixed reality, to talk about the solution from Dynamics, from Power Platform, from Azure, to devices like HoloLens, mobile devices, a lot of things and a lot of solutions we are talking about. And yeah, this is going to be a great year for the mixed reality, also for the upcoming years. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just going to get more and more exciting. Mixed reality is going to be the new reality.
Yeah.
No more 3D images.
No more. Oh, I don't know. 3D images are still pretty awesome. Okay, don't take 3D images out of the equation yet. They're still pretty awesome. But it's exciting. And the concept of low code. You don't have to have heavy coding knowledge to do all of this. It's just the low code. So I'm excited about all of this. So, well,
yeah. And Daniel and Ads, do you have any news regarding to some announcement from the Microsoft Ignite from the mixed reality on Power Platform that you can share? All of it.
So the only other announcements that were added were from the fact that it went from experimental to it's in preview right now. In fact, when Angie was talking, she kind of scrolled really fast. It's the one right when you go to experimental, it's right below it. It's the first on the list over there. So yeah, it used to be experimental. It's in preview. So preview means that it's almost out there. They're probably just fixing up or doing some certifications that they have to get done. That's why when I always tell people that experimental means like, yeah, take a look at it, but it's one of those look but don't touch. Preview is that, hey, it's going to come out any minute now. So go ahead and start, I wouldn't put it on production yet, but get familiar with it because it's going to come out. That's why that was one of the big ones over there. They're already there's improvements that were made on the performance side of it. Also improvements made on the different phone operating systems over there, Androids versus the Google apps versus the the iOS over there, and different iterations of those. There were always a little bugs here and there. And they love feedback. So when you go to the forums and you ask questions over there, their product people are actually listening. So give them that feedback over there. But we're waiting because right now when you go play with those controls components, you will see that little bulb that shows up, which is giving you a little bit more information. But it hasn't come out yet. So we're just going to wait patiently and see when it comes out live and we can start using it. So we've got 5 minutes left. One of the things which when Angie was doing it, I'm glad she pointed that out, was in the whole, height, width, and the depth over there. By default, it is 111. That 111 means that is the default size of that, whatever was the 3D model. And that comes in really helpful when you want to say put a table right in an office area over there. You want you don't want to make the table small or do you want to make the table big. You want to know that this is the exact dimensions of the table, so it fits in the location. That's why those defaults are 111 over there. But I also like the idea that Angie did is she said that, hey, I already know that here's a new furniture I'm going to put in over there, to put all my nice objects. And here are the dimensions of that furniture. So they've given you the flexibility. Whether if your 3D model is going to be different size, if you know what the size is, go ahead and put in those numbers over there. But if you don't know, then just use the out-of-the-box numbers of that 3D model, and you can work with that as well. So that setting is actually a really helpful setting. Sometimes I overlook that when I'm explaining it because it's in the properties area, but that is a very important setting that's already been given over there. All right, 4 more minutes. Let's see if there's any other questions come in. But
there's a question with Reda. I'm still not sure. Will Power Apps work on the HoloLens? I think question. This question. I did you. How is it?
I think it's not that. I think the Power Apps Power App Mixed Reality feature is focusing on the mobile solution right now, right? I mean, there's other way how you can develop application for the HoloLens. Like you can use the Unity, Unreal, or there has a couple of partner solution. There's like you can do like easier drag and drop solution where you can develop more mixed reality application on top of HoloLens. Yeah, there's so many platform and way to develop for mixed reality solution on top of HoloLens, and also if you want to directly on the mobile, we can use the Power App. So yeah, currently there's separate platform to develop for mobile and also for HoloLens. Even if you are using Unity or Unreal, you can do also deploying for the mobiles. But I think there's a kind of different purpose when you doing development directly into the Unreal or Unity, something like that, with Power Apps. Just Power Apps kind of bring more easier for you to create the business solution regarding to how we can bring the mixed reality 3D experience to the some product of the customer. Yeah, a lot of different purpose of how we can see the goal while you're developing using Power Apps, and also another platform to build a mixed reality app. But yeah, I mean it's dependent on what you are going to achieve with the application that you are building. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that I'm pretty sure that answers Retta's question over there. So in closing, I mean, I just want to, like, my closing statement has always been that I'm really impressed with the whole concept of low code to no code, at least from the Power Platform standpoint. That's been one of my biggest passions for that, is that somebody doesn't have to come in as a trained developer to do this. They just need to have the passion. And there's so many opportunities out there for learning and all these things. But that's always been one of my things. What are your thoughts on that, Angie? What's your biggest takeaway?
For me, I always have this in my mind, like at the end of the day, it's not about technology, but people. So how can you bring this technology to help others? It could be mixed reality, your app, power apps, productivity. So yeah, these are always the things that I always says to myself as well as to other people.
Yeah. And I think there's one more question interesting regarding to the Power Apps. Is there any example directly the easy app that already built on top of the Power Apps that they can use directly before they are developing something on top of the Power Apps? Is there any templates or any already used Power Apps? Mary or Daniel? And
yeah, that's actually one of the templates that are not available, but I will take that down as a action item for me, and I'll probably provide some. So in a Power Users community, I'll actually provide some apps over there, and I'll zip it all together, so you will even have the GLB files. Yep, that's a big takeaway for me. I'll make sure there are some templates over there. Thanks for pointing that out. Well, that was fun to be over here. Thank you everybody who joined. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and like I always say, keep power apping.
Yeah.
Keep being awesome.
Just join our community if you guys haven't joined the community on top of our forum. You can ask anyway there. So much expert, and we are joining there also. We can talk, discuss more about it.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all so much. Thank you
Thanks,
for joining
everyone.
us. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.